Well, we finally got a break in the weather, so I'm up at the strip going to try some of my experimentals. Let's see how I got on. Okay then. Well, the Alpha Jet, I'm going to try it with the 3S, bigger cut down 5x3 prop. Let's see what happens. Oh, almost, it went right. Give it some left trim and a bit of up. It was almost hopeful. Give it a nice high throw. Wow, she flies. Whoa, only just. Whoa, she flies. She flies, but fast. I made the mistake of putting it on high rates then. I'm amazed. She flies and she looks nice in the sky. Let's see how hot that motor is. Because when I tested at home, oh, not too bad here, not too bad. Okay folks, she flew. But I put it on high rates and it was just a bit too much for me. But it even flew half throttle, so let's give it another go. Still climbing a lot. Don't want to go over that way. She flies, that's half throttle. Too much up trim. Right, I can see it in the bushes. It was climbing rather a lot, so either I've got the centre of gravity too far back, tail heavy in other words, or too much up trim, or not enough down thrust. But I'm absolutely dead chuffed to nuts with that. So a while later, I'm back at the branch trying to figure out what I need to do to try and make this a bit more stable in flight. To be honest though, I was pleased that it flew at all, because I've made about 10 big little glider conversions, 3 or 4 mini little conversions that have all been pretty good, but this was my first attempt at one of these kind of foamy jet things, so the fact that it flew I was pleased with. First off, down thrust, probably could do with a little bit more. I think the right thrust was okay. One thing I did notice was the throws on the elevators, which are controlled by this one servo here going to a little V construction that I made. The throws weren't equal, so as I was applying elevator to it, up or down, it was causing it to twist as well, even without putting in aileron input. So that was making it a bit tricky to fly, as you saw. Not exactly very stable. Other question, of course, the big question is centre of gravity. I was led to believe it's about 70 mil, but my calculations on a swept wing profile put it even further back, which means it's actually very nose heavy. So I would be interested to hear any comments about the perfect sweet spot from anybody who's actually done a power conversion of one of these FMS Alpha jets. That would be very helpful to me. To achieve centre of gravity a bit further back, say 80 mil, I've discovered it needs 10 grams of extra weight added here, and as I've managed to keep the weight of this down without the LiPo to 100 grams plus 18 for the 3S there, I don't really want to add another 10% of weight at the tail if that really wasn't the problem. One thing I can do, which I'm going to do anyway, is extend the wires from the motor. So move this little speed controller further back. That's probably about 6 or 7 grams. So I can move that further back, probably to here. Move the receiver further back, and I might then get away with leaving the battery where it is here. No sooner said than done. Speed controller here now, FS2A receiver here, and moving those back means that if I want to put the centre of gravity back by about 10 centimetres, all it requires now is 2 grams on the tail and not 10 grams. So that's worth doing. And incidentally, did a bit more reading up, and the suggestion was 78 mil from the leading edge, and I was more like 70. So that's probably going to help. And with the little 3S 180 there, and this back on obviously, it balances nicely where my pins are at 78, as you can see there actually. So I'm thinking that should sort the problem. Of course I might be wrong, it might not be a centre of gravity problem. So I'll be pleased to hear any other suggestions anyone's got, or if anyone's found a better sweet spot, be pleased to hear it. Stick it down in comments below. So anyway, I found this a really interesting exercise. Hope you've enjoyed it. The build blog is on my channel, along with several of those little conversions that I've made, the big ones and the small ones. And if you want to see how I got on with an improved version, don't forget to hit subscribe and maybe even give this a like if you've enjoyed it. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll catch you all again soon. Bye for now. Wow, she flies. Whoa, only just. Whoa, she flies.